What I wrote for this video is gonna make me cry and is gonna change your entire life. I'm gonna read it to you, and then I'm gonna show you the 3 rules to win the game of reality. This is a message for me, for you, and for us. So please sit back and receive. What if I told you that you are the creator of your reality, disguised as the victim of your circumstances? So perfectly disguised, in fact, that you've forgotten you wrote the rules of the game you're playing. You're not a player seeking success. You are success itself, temporarily pretending to be separate from what you already are. A limitless being who chose to experience limitation so completely that you believe the illusion is real. And yet you keep searching outside of yourself for what can only be found within. You keep chasing money that is already yours. You keep seeking approval from a world that only exists in your consciousness. You keep trying to become worthy of what you were born as and wonder why every achievement feels empty. Every goal reached reveals another mountain to climb. Every success tastes like failure because you're trying to find yourself in a mirror. And this is where the entire game reveals its secret, because you're not playing reality. You are reality, temporarily forgetting its own power. Until you remember that you are the I am that spoke worlds into existence, you'll keep playing the victim in a game where you are both the player and the prize, the seeker and the sought, the question and the answer. What a transmission. So if you're ready to be the master, these are the 3 rules you need to know. Rule number 1, you're both the player and the game. Most people think they're playing against reality. And the truth is, you are reality experiencing yourself. There is no external world. Every person, every situation, every challenge is literally a messenger for you. Don't try to change them. Go within your own consciousness and change yourself. This is the mechanism of the game. This is the first rule, that what you judge out there reveals what you haven't accepted or transcended within yourself. Without this foundational rule, we always seek power and manifestations and the source of those manifestations somewhere outside of ourselves, because even God and the universe already live within ourselves. We are one with that. We are awakening and taking this scepter of dominion so we can use it. This is not some BS New Age spirituality. This is the truth that for the ages they haven't wanted you to accept and become, because you are so powerful that the light within you, the truth within you, has led you to this moment where you realize that you are the programmer of the game, and that you can choose any character, any reality, any consciousness that you desire when you understand that you're the one that is the game. Rule number 2, the game of reality responds to your identity and not to your actions. The world wants you to believe that your reality is created by hard work, by doing, and by a lot of sacrifice and struggle. But the truth is that the game of life responds to who you are, because who you are automatically expresses your reality. If I am aware of being someone that's rich, even before I see riches in my reality, the game will respond to my identity, as within, so without. Actions will flow always from identity, not the other way around. Signs will always follow. They will not precede your consciousness. You first have to have it in consciousness to have it in the world, to have it in the game of reality. So if you want to change the game, if the game is not responding, if you're not manifesting what you desire, don't change the outer world. Don't try to change the game. Change your consciousness, change your identity by feeling yourself to be the identity that you desire. Rich people, wealthy people, they don't work harder. They know, they feel themselves to be rich and wealthy. It's natural for them to make money, to make $1 million deals, to make multi-million dollar deals. It's all a feeling and an identity of naturalness. How natural does it feel for you to have what you want in your reality? And so the mechanism of the game here says, change your I am, and the game automatically shifts to match you. This is the second rule and cheat code. Look at your reality, look at what you don't like, and then find that culprit within your own consciousness and start to feel yourself to be the thing that you desire. And I want you to completely erase from your consciousness that you ever had any trouble with the problems of the past. I do not want you to recall past moments, past memories that didn't work out. That's literally you saying that you're walking into a sofa or into a room where there's a rattlesnake, and you're going there to the rattlesnake so that it bites you. You wouldn't want to do that, right? Or you wouldn't want to take out the trash of your house and then at night bring it back into the house so that it smells bad, so that it starts to contaminate the house. That's what you do when you recall past events that didn't work out. You're bringing past momentum that it's already in the past, that doesn't have any life. And through your consciousness, through this second rule, you have to understand the deeper mechanism that your identity and your consciousness is what gives life to your reality. The game that you're playing out there is only a reflection of what you're aware of being within yourself. So if you keep recalling how in the past you struggled with confidence, you struggle with women, you struggle with men, you struggle with money, and you keep telling yourself that, and let's say that you come into a session or a call with me and you tell me, JP, I struggle with this, then you are declaring and decreeing and commanding into your reality through your identity, through what you're conscious of being, that the game expresses that in reality. And that's not how we want to play. So make sure you first change your identity. Rule number 3 of the game is rigged in your favor, but you keep playing against yourself. You need to drop the spiritual and society's programming that God and the source of life is outside of you. For as long as you believe that the source of your manifestations, that the source of the game and reality is somewhere out there, an invisible force that you cannot control or that you are not, then you will keep being a beggar and a victim to the game, thinking that you're a victim to these circumstances when you're actually the creator of the game and of the reality. Because the universe is designed to give you exactly what you are, not what you want. And every obstacle is actually the game showing you where you're not aligned. Every obstacle will literally show up just to show you what you're not willing to let go in the old consciousness. Because I cannot serve two masters. The mechanism of this rule is that resistance reveals where you're fighting your own expansion. And you can watch this video and you can feel all good and jiggly and motivational, and you can say, wow, this is such an amazing video. And then you can go back to your couch, to your living room, and when no one is watching, what are you going to do? Are you going to allow yourself to be taken into limitation, into fear, into scarcity by the enemy that lives within your consciousness? Because all we're trying to do in the game of reality is see if you have the courage and the willingness to transcend the lower versions of yourself. You must be willing to let the old die, for ye must be born again. If you want to experience a reality of abundance and money as simple as breathing, you need to renounce and leave in the cross the old sins of your old consciousness. Because to sin is to miss the mark. And you miss the mark when you believe the falsehood that you are lacking or that you are living in scarcity of survival, because that is a direct contradiction to your divinity. Because your divinity is not good or evil, it's not poor or rich, it is. It can be anything you want it to be. And whatever you are feeling and expressing in your consciousness is what the source of life within yourself will give you in the game of reality. Okay? So I want you to take rule number 3 very much to heart. I want you to take the action. Prove the law, prove the rules in your own life. Because as long as you're simply a consumer and you don't take action and you just feel good about it, reality is not going to shift. Because reality is waiting for the master within yourself to awaken to the fact that you are the master, that the source of life lives within you, and that you can claim to be as rich, as abundant and free and powerful and as anyone or anything that you see out there, because all are expressions of the same source, of the same life. Everything you see out there has been expressed and created not only by God, but it's created of God. Okay, you are created by God, of God, and God is within you. The source of everything is within you. So how can you tell me that you will doubt yourself, that you will keep feeling powerless, that you keep feeling unworthy, guessing whether you have the power or not, letting yourself be bullied by the old consciousness that bullied me for so long? You're still not good enough. You're still not ready. You're still not certified enough. You still shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be doing this. You'll fail. You do this. You'll do that. Those are all rules and programs that I have inherited and consciously or unconsciously accepted in my own reality. And this is why most people and most players lose. Number 1, they don't know what they're playing. They think that life is happening to them. They're reacting instead of creating. They're consuming instead of creating. And that's where we all have fallen into victim consciousness. Victim consciousness only exists so that we may awaken to our creator consciousness. We're playing by false rules. I've played reality by false rules for a long time. And because I am the creator of my world and you're the creator of your world, I was bringing into life, I was giving life to these unconscious programs that wouldn't have any life unless I have given them to them. And so I believed. Whatever I believe is creation. Whatever I believe, I put faith and I bring into reality. And so I thought I needed to work hard to get more. I thought I needed to sacrifice now to receive later. I thought that some people are just lucky and successful and others didn't. And I didn't deserve to be successful. I didn't deserve to be wealthy. And I didn't deserve to be rich. Because who was I to claim that? These aren't the real rules. These are the illusions that society has fed you that are keeping you stuck. So do you really need to work harder to get more, to earn more, to be more? Or is it something that could be in your reality right now, invisibly contaminating your relationships, your business, your life, your health, just because you have chosen to give life to that belief? Because whatever I believe, I create. Whatever you believe, you create. So of course, if I believe that I need to work harder to get more, then reality will always reflect that back to me. But if I have the courage to remember that I am the creator, then I will create my own rules, because I am the creator of the game. Work harder does not equal get more. I can work less and make more. I can create my own rules. I have the permission to be the leader, to be a trailblazer, to be the one who leads the path of my life. And I do not need to wait for a savior, for the one that I've been looking for lives within me. And as I'm speaking this, it's you. I'm speaking as you as well. You are the one who you've been looking for. I don't need to sacrifice now to receive later. I can receive now. I can start every day and every morning in the silence of my own inner temple, and I can feel myself to be everything I want to be. I do not need to sacrifice myself to feel rich in the future when I can feel rich now and be rich now. I can feel myself as the luckiest person on earth, and I can believe myself to be the luckiest person on earth. And when I do that, then I am the luckiest person on earth. Because everything that I feel, that I declare, that I say, I have, my, it's all declarations and commands for God within you to go and bring that into your reality. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. These are the false rules that you're falling into. Another reason why players are losing. You forgot that you wrote the game. You chose this experience. You set up the challenge. You designed every problem as a doorway to remembering your power. And the game-changing realization is this: you're not trying to win the game. There's no game to win. You're trying to remember that you are the game. You're trying to remember that you are the one that you've been seeking. For everything you've been seeking outside of you is already within you. You are the one. The player is your human personality. The game is your soul's expansion journey. The prize is not wealth, it's not success, it's not love, it's not health. The prize is remembering your true nature as that infinite, unconditioned consciousness that is eternal. That is the beginning and the end. That goes beyond time and space. I am and you are. Every level of the game reveals more and more truth. Level number 1, I need to get things. As you go through that first awakening, you reach level number 2, I need to become someone. When you realize you don't have to become anyone, when you realize that you don't need to get things in order to fill the void that does not really exist within you, you go into level 2. You don't need to become someone. You are everything you are and want to be now. You don't need certifications. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to work harder to feel worthy. Because when you sit with the realization that the kingdom of God is within you, then you realize that you are inherently worthy and deserving of all the best. Only if you claim yourself, if you have the courage to say, I am the best. I am everything I want to be now. I am the one that I've been seeking. Level 3, I need to remember what I already am. I need to remember, I need to seek in spirituality, in consciousness, in gurus, in mentors, and teachers. I'm trying to seek and find myself through success, through wealth, trying to fill that existential void, that disconnection that I'm still trying to fill in. Where is home? Who am I really? These deep existential questions will lead you to the final level and the realization, I am the one that I've been seeking. I would love to see your face right now. Okay, how to play consciously the game. Step number 1, accept that you are the creator. Stop asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, why did I create this experience? Take responsibility for being a creator. The crown is heavy, but you have free will. You've been created to the image of the creator. So of course your nature is to create. You've been creating since the moment you were conceived. Every moment you've created your reality 24/7. There is no one or nothing outside of you that has created the reality that you are playing right now. And the good news is, whether that's good or bad, you have the power to shift it. Why did I create this experience? This is a mistake that I see, that I've been guilty of, that my clients have been guilty of, that for some reason we don't want to take responsibility. It's like we're afraid of taking responsibility, that we are creators, that we have power, that we created this experience. It's okay, there's nothing to fear, because the only thing that will die is your limitations. Every situation is your consciousness teaching you something. Step number 2, play from identity, not lack. Play from wholeness, not lack. You're building a business? Amazing. You want to hit a certain number of revenue, of clients, of profits? Amazing. Don't wait until you hit that goal to feel worthy. Don't wait until you hit that goal to feel rich, to feel whole. Give yourself permission to feel whole, worthy, and rich now, and then go out there and have fun. And do it because you enjoy the process of creation. Don't try to seek for something you can never find outside of you, you cannot do that. Or you'll keep suffering in a self-created hell, which is a state of mind of suffering, where you're sinning, where you're missing the mark, and you've forgotten that you do not need to wait for the future to express what you want to express to be now. Change. I hope this works. I want to be rich. I hope this client responds. I hope I get this. I wonder if this is going to happen. Change from the beggar. Change from the doubtful Thomas into your inner mastery. I hope this works. Change that. I am the power to make this work. I want to be rich. Change that. I am wealth expressing. Feel yourself with intensity that you are rich, and take yourself higher and higher and higher and higher. You need to forget and leave in this past reality the problems that you thought you had. The game will always respond to who you're being. One of the most, if not the most important step, enjoy the game. Life and your problems and your situations and your challenges are not as serious as you think they are. Your ego doesn't want you to remember this, because then you'll have fun. You chose to play the game. Every challenge serves your expansion of your soul, and you can choose to do it with joy. I can choose every day to have joy, to play the game with joy. It's not a challenge. It's not something you need to struggle with. It's not something you need to become. It's not a game that you need to level up and you need to be worthy before you can be enlightened, spiritual, wealthy, rich, you name it. It's remembering. It's not a game to be won. It's remembering. Can you remember who you are? There is no separation between you and what you want. Success, love, is your true nature. Success is your consciousness. Success is a byproduct of living and enjoying the game, of enjoying the present moment. You're not trying to get these things. You're trying to remember you are these things and way more. And the game ends when you remember, not when you achieve everything, not when you accumulate enough. When you realize you were never separate from what you were seeking, you win by stopping the search. The seeker keeps what they're seeking at a distance, but when you stop seeking and you start being, when you stop worshiping other people and you start respecting yourself, then the game reveals the ultimate truth. You were never playing to win something. You were playing to remember everything that you are. So this is your next move. The game is waiting for you to play consciously, and every moment is a choice. Playing as a victim who doesn't know the rules, or you play as a creator who remembers that you wrote them. The game doesn't change, but when you change, everything in the game shifts to match your new level of play. So if you want to build and grow your life, your business, your health, your relationships, remember to go within yourself. And then you can answer the question if you're ready to play the game that you were born to win. And if you are ready for the next level, and if you would like my support and guidance in empowering you to expedite this process, these are two ways that I can help you. These are the two pathways that I have created from my 8 years of experience, simplifying, making everything as systematic as possible so that it's as easy and effortlessly and as most effective to you, so that you don't need to go through 8 years of blood, sweat, and tears, studying hundreds of books and doing all of that shebang. So pathway number one that I can empower and support you is I discovered that what makes the journey 1,000 times easier is to be able to clear at the deepest level the scarcity and survival programming that's embedded in the subconscious mind. So of course, you can use a lot of willpower and you can feel yourself to be rich, but I discovered that the enemy in my consciousness lived in my nervous system, my body, my mind, and my energy. And if I could find a way to purify my vessel, to purify my thoughts, to purify my energy centers, to purify my mental and emotional bodies, then I could release and remove all of these layers and years and lifetimes of stock programming that was keeping me in the low frequency of victimization, lack, scarcity, stress, and anxiety. And I developed my own modality called Transcendence Healing. And what it simply does is it goes to the deepest layer of your consciousness and it plucks these wrong identities, ideas, and limiting beliefs. And the best part is that it's a self-paced option that you can prove to yourself. I'm going to give you the tools to not only reprogram these things, but to prove that you can feel these shifts in your body and that you can see them in your reality. This is not like some surface level meditations or visualizations or healing modalities. This is where you go to when you've already experienced years of therapy, healing, shadow work, and you are ready for the next level and you're looking for that transcendence. This is my intention. This is how I created this. Coming from a civil engineering background, that's what Transcendence Healing does for you. So I thought, okay, let me take the best 30 sessions, the subconscious clearings that I've created, that I've recorded, let me put them in order and let me create this 30-day challenge so that every day, in 10 minutes a day, you listen to those subconscious reprogramming sessions and you feel the shift, so that as you remove the scarcity programming, it's so much easier for you to tap into your power, to go from knowing to being, from knowing that you are wealthy, abundant, and deserving of all the best, to actually being able to feel it in your body and in your nervous system so that it feels safe to hold, multiply, and be wealthy, rich, and abundant. Because all we're doing is not adding more strategies and more things, but removing everything that preventing you perhaps from remembering and accepting the truth of your being. So if this resonates with you and you know this is for you, definitely check out the link in the description and sign up for the challenge, because it's going to change your freaking, you're going to rewire so many things. I'm so excited for that. So the link's in the description. It's going to give you the perfect system so that you can express and manifest in your reality abundance and riches way easier than before. And if you want to apply what I call the True Self methodology, which is presence, purification, and power, it's kind of the methodology that I've developed, and you want to do this for your business, if you want to scale your business using consciousness, using this methodology instead of adding more strategies, if you know that it's not another strategy what's going to take you to the next level, if you want to scale your business but at the same time find more peace and purpose, then this is for you. And this is only for you if you are committed to the highest level of integrity, of showing up for yourself, of creating service for humanity, and making abundance and profit along the way. If that's you, there's a link where you can learn more, a book, a True Self roadmap call with me, and I'm going to diagnose your consciousness, your business, and identify what's really blocking you from manifesting more clients and more abundance in your business. I'm going to have a lot of fun, and it's going to be an amazing ride. So if that's you, click the link below. I'll see you on the other side. And remember that you now have the rules to play and win the game of life. And remember that beautiful intro that we had. For all of us, my intention, as we close out this video, is to awaken every day, every moment, more and more and more to that limitless creator, that limitless presence that we are within ourselves. I am, you are. Much love. I'll see you on the next one.